The 7 Habits of Happy Kids, just the way I am. Pokey Porcupine was sad. Every time he walked by Biff Beaver, Biff made fun of him. "Hey, Pokey, your quills look like a pile of toothpicks." Pokey would go home and look in the mirror. "Biff is right," thought Pokey. "My quills are ugly. So ugly, I'm not going to school anymore." His friends tried to help. "I like your quills," said Goop Bear. "They're spiky." "He's being outlandish," said Sophie Squirrel. "Out what?" said Sammy Squirrel. "It means silly," said Sophie. "There's nothing wrong with your quills." "I think he's wooed," said Tagalong Allie the Mouse. "You're a porcupine. You're supposed to have quills," said Jumper Rabbit. "Just like I'm a rabbit. I'm supposed to be bouncy." Pokey went for a walk in the meadow. He thought about what his friends had said. He stopped and looked at his reflection in Cherry Creek. He wiggled his quills up, he wiggled his quills down. They made a nice tinkly sound in the wind. They sparkled in the sun. Pokey decided that his quills weren't so bad. "I like myself," he thought, "just the way I am." The next day, Pokey went back to school. "How come your quills poke out so far?" said Biff. Pokey smiled and walked away. He was not going to let Biff ruin his day. The next morning, Pokey decided he liked his quills so much he would show them off at school. All of his friends gathered around him. "I wish I had quills," said Biff. The 7 Habits of Happy Kids, Just the Way I Am, written by Sean Covey, illustrated by Stacy Curtis, and read by Alex Wise.
When I grow up, it was time for Tagalong Allie to go to bed. Allie snuggled under her covers as Granny read her a story about a little girl who grew up. Granny finished the story and gave Allie a kiss. "Time to go to sleep," said Granny. After Granny left, Allie lay wide awake. "When I get bigger," said Allie, "I want to grow up too." She imagined what it would be like to be all grown up. She could wear lots of makeup and jewelry, walk to the grocery store all by herself, make yummy food, write her very own book, go to work, hike to Stewart Falls, and even fly to the moon. "But first," said Allie, "I need to go to school do my chores, say my prayers, and go to sleep. Then I can grow up. Allie turned over, closed her eyes, and fell sound asleep.